morning and welcome back to Rebelle Rally Live, presented by Toyota. This is day 5, presented by Stryten Energy. I'm Alyssa Roenigk, and along with Matthew Johnson and Katy Talyancich out in the field, we are your guides during this 9 days of competition of the longest off-road competitive rally in the United States. We are at the finish of Base Camp 1 in Ridgecrest, California, and today was a first in the 10-year history of the Rebelle. We started competition at the start under a double rainbow, and we are now finishing the day with the final remnants of what was a full-on day-long winter deluge.
It was a mess here. We had water running all over the place. We've literally been just kind of surviving it all day. I was a little bit jealous of the teams. They were at least in warm cars with heated seats on, most of them.
For part of the day.
Yeah, they had to be out getting some checkpoints and such. Obviously, the weather has been a big piece of the conversation today, and it often is at the Rebelle. But part of being a Rebelle is that you press on. You're just there to compete. You're doing your job. You're getting your checkpoints and your pile of points as you need.
Exactly. Part of this competition, it's about the tools that you have as a navigator, the tools you have as a driver, and then also the tools you have emotionally and mentally as both teammates, and then being able to roll with the punches. You know, these teams are really adaptable, and it was so interesting as we've been walking through the finish line there, talking to different teams. You're going to hear Katy talking to some of these competitors. It's so interesting how many had huge smiles on their faces and how many felt a little beaten down by the conditions out there today. And we're not just talking about their third teammate, their cars, and we know a lot of those third teammates had rough days out on day 5 of competition.
I would say the Rebelles in general, though, surprised me once again. I expected some longer faces after a pretty tough day, and everyone's still quite good spirits. Even those that might have missed a checkpoint or two, they thought they would have gotten.
Well, Matthew, speaking of tough days, we have a couple of folks who had some tough going here on day 5.
This does not look like a tough day to me. For the record, this
it looks like a lot of fun.
The driver is just living their best life today.
That's Team 159, the Desert Bells. That's Kristen, Herbert, and Allison Sloat. They drove through what everyone was calling the blob, so I really hope Katy finds Team 159 out there and we get to hear what it was like to drive through that. Those are two friends who live not too far from here, Southern California, and Joshua Tree and 29 Palms. And yeah, can't wait to hear the story behind this one. And this is maybe our favorite because, you know, we talk about how difficult the driving is out here. And if you see that JL on the side there, that stands for Jimmy Lewis, our course director.
This is the thing.
Even a Baja 1000 winner gets high-centered out here in the desert.
We get experimental, you know. It's like you get this attitude of like, I might get stuck doing this, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah, and Matthew, what's going on there? What's that at his back tire? What's going on
that's a Max
photo?
Track looking at us, but that gives you an idea of that tire is in full droop. So the truck is definitely sitting on the chassis there. He needs to be able to get that Max Track in there and create some clearance to get the truck moving forward. I'll be curious to know if Max Tracks did it or if he got pulled.
Well, if we see Jimmy walk by, we might have to.
We should definitely give him a hard time about this, though.
We have to have Katy grab him for a course update.
I'm sure he was trying to get out of someone's way, right? He was trying to just get out of the way.
All right, so we've been talking a lot about what today was probably like out on course. Let's see some footage from what today actually looked like for these competitors.
All right, the yellow pages were the X route. They were the harder driving, as we were told this morning. So that's a route look they started the day with, I believe.
And one of the things we were hearing from a lot of the competitors, if you remember, this was a bow tie course, so you had one group, the A group, go out into the west side over in Dove Springs and some of those really hilly technical driving spots. And then we had the folks going over, then they would swap and they would go to the east and have those out of order checkpoints. And the rain was started in the west and moved east. So those teams who were in the west early, they had rain all day. And there were some teams that had a lot of mud, but actually never had to deal with the rain.
Well, like you were saying, it's really hard to navigate when you can't see anything on the horizon but gray sky. And so the taking a heading and plotting today was more difficult to get something to take a heading on. So they drive shorter distances and then take a heading again.
Yeah, exactly. So that's something I was talking to Rory Lewis about. She's teammates in the 150 with Shelby Hall, and she was saying you really had to lean more on those handrails, right? Instead of when you're looking out in the distance and you have nothing far away to take a cap heading on, you're using bends in the road, you're using small trees, you're really having to navigate off of features that are really close to you, and there's that big climb out in
I saw a video
Springs.
of Karen Hohen really sending her 108 Land Rover at that hill and
She
ripping
said
up
she
it.
had a blast today.
Yeah.
Absolute blast today.
Great.
And another one of the teams, the 185 on that hill, Kelly Diane Gordon, Joy Cully's teammate in the 185, she said, you know what? We got to the bottom of that. We looked at it. We really thought about doing that climb and descent, but my wife is having a baby in 2 weeks and I didn't want to chance it. So she got out of the car and she ran this hill at Dub Springs to get their checkpoints.
That's great. I know quite a few teams experience some exciting moments coming down these slippery hills.
All right, so this has been a really exciting day. We've been really waiting to see, those of you who are watching at home, watching your favorite teams, you probably already know what's going on in our leaderboard. But let's check out the 4x4 class and see if there's been any shakeups at the top of that leaderboard.
See a bit of reordering. I mean, look at Carissa and Trista in number 3. Carissa Hayden and Trista Smith, they're in the 131. They've got a solid performance. They're in the top 3 now.
Yeah, no surprise. Nina Barlow and Carolyn Peterite, they've been atop the 4x4 class almost every day. I think there was only one day that they were sitting in second. But look at how close these points are. Now you're starting to notice that between first and 20th place, you're starting to get into the hundreds of points in between teams. And there are, 8 points separating first and second place.
And looking right here, my pick for Dark Horse this morning was Laura Wandless and Penny Dale. Look at them. They are 1 point out of third place now. They started the day 5th or 6th.
They had a fabulous day.
They
I
were
was looking
smiles.
at the standings. They
All
finished
smiles,
either
yep.
first or second over the day.
Yep. And one of our top placing vehicle with a rookie in it, Lisa DeLuca and Brittany Marenko, they had a flat tire. It caused them some trouble. It meant that they were late getting to a green, and it really put them off the rhythm. They didn't get it the last REC, and so they reckon they wasted 50 to 80 points
But
today.
hey, when you look at that, even considering that, look at that. They're only 12 points behind 8th place. So, think about those points that they left out on the course. They're back up in the, in that sort of top 5, 6, 7 spot. So, I don't count them out to see them
It's a
still
good point.
finish
I
this
wouldn't
thing
either.
in the top 5.
It does mean the highest placing vehicle with a rookie in it right now is in 8th place, and that's Kirsten. Sorry, that's wrong. With Sam Barber's teammate there.
All right,
in
so
8th
let's take a
place.
look as well at the
Caitlin.
X-Cross class. And I know that's something we were talking about in the afternoon show is is this team of the Team 200. Look at the lead they have built over just 5 days of competition.
We looked at
Matthew.
this at the competition update here midday, and I just didn't believe it. If you heard me disagree,
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think all the
This can't
information's
be
on the
right.
screen. Yeah.
It's right.
So 170 points now is the gap that Andrea Schaefer and Carrie Landau have opened up. But as I was talking about rookies, right there in second place, Kathleen Gardner is a rookie. Jordan Keith, her co-driver, they were all smiles here at the end of the day. They were really surprised at some of the places their Subaru went today. Becca Donaghy.
Yeah, look at this. For I think the first time in this competition so far, they have leapfrogged over.
Is leading Emmy Hall and Kendra Miller.
Yeah.
Now, they may not be back. They may not have the full point report yet. So,
Okay, that's a good point. So we're standing here at the finish, and once we show an overview, you'll be able to see. I can look at the finish, and there is quite a long line. So if they're within our field of vision, that means they have clicked their tracker and they have gotten their points. But there are still quite a few teams who have not yet returned back to base camp, and so there are some points that are potentially still out there on the course.
well, this is exciting. Obviously, you're watching it with us as it unfolds. We have 20-some vehicles in line here to finish day 5. Let's jump out to Katy and see who she's got.
Hey guys, I'm here with Team 159. I've found the blob, Kristen Harbert and Alison Sloat. It must have been 4 hours ago. I was rethinking my life choices when I was watching a river flow through the tents wondering if these Rebelles were going to come home to something wet and disastrous, but they're all so happy. Every single one of the Rebelles, obviously the drivers the most, have just had the time of their life. But please, do tell what on earth happened here.
Well, we were running a little behind because of all the mud. It took more time to navigate and to drive. We were going for a black, but realized we didn't have enough time, so we were cutting through the area called the Blob, all of us are referring to fondly. It's a note on the map that basically said, hey, like this area is probably going to be rough, and because of how the weather hits it. We cut through, there weren't any other tracks, but it was a very established trail, and as soon as we hit it, even though there were like rocks on the surface, we sunk down probably 6 to 8 inches, and we went on for about 3 kilometers that way, and that's why we are covered in mud.
But you didn't get stuck.
We did not get stuck, no.
Fantastic. Now, Alison, I understand you're a geologist. Can you tell us what kind of mud this is?
It's from the blob. It's blob mud.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And I'm glad officially we have to see the numbers on the vehicle. So all the teams have washed off their team numbers so we know who they are. I can't read their names. I'm going to whip over here now and find Shelby Hall, because just a minute ago I saw her wandering through here all alone with a goldfish, and I just saw a 12-year-old girl who's been playing in the mud all day. Have you connected with your inner child today, Shelby Hall?
Yes, I have.
Do tell.
It was so awesome. When we first woke up, we thought it was going to be rough because it was cold and it was raining. But as soon as we hit the start line, there was a double rainbow, and we knew it was going to be such an awesome day. And this is the first time I think it's ever rained during the rally.
The first time in 10 years.
Yeah,
We've never had it.
Since I've been here, and it was so sick. It was so much fun. This might be like one of my top favorite days.
That's fantastic, because I was here wondering if your tents were still going to be here when you got back. Now, your goldfish, is this something you bring on the rally every year?
Yes, goldfish are my favorite treat.
Well, thank you, and I'm glad I caught you. I mean, there are so many Rebelles out here today that look like they're 6 years old and just so happy. Have a look at all of these vehicles. They're just destroyed with mud, and it's a joyful moment here on the Rebelle. Now, we're going to head over towards the start line, just quietly, which is now the finish line, because everyone's coming in, and see if we can chat too. Let's spring up upon 141. Hold on. Oh, it's muddy. Sorry, Kramer. He asked me not to do that, but, you know, we've got to do our job. Oh, no, they're talking to Matthew. Oh, let's see what Kara has to do. Wrong side. Hang with me, Kramer. We're doing our best. Hello.
Hello.
How was your day in the mud, Kara, after chatting last night?
I was in Arkansas. Like, this is Arkansas. Welcome to the Ozarks. I was home.
How was the driving?
Oh, it was so much fun. It was a lot of fun swishing around. The navigation over there, not back over here, but more in Dub Springs, was a little fun with nothing to see because everything was gray.
I know the navigation. I was curious today, and in fact, I'm looking for someone with a map that got wet. Like, that would have been an absolute disaster.
So we had a drip in here from our antenna, from our trackers and things, and so we stuffed a sock up here in my, these top panels, these front panels.
Creative thinking, 10 points. Thank you so much. I know Alyssa's got some special guests back at the desk. Back to you, Alyssa.
Katie, thanks so much. I'm joined by Team 161, Amanda Elvey and Julie Hurt. And ladies, I know we had an in-car camera with you all during the show earlier today. We saw some of the footage.
Oh,
but
boy.
before we get to that, I just want to know, overall, it seems like a challenging day, but a fun day. What were you guys experiencing out on the course today?
Yeah, no, for me, that sums it up. It started out very challenging, and then it was just fun with all the rain, all the different terrain that we were hitting, and the wet, and the sand, and then the mud.
There was one moment, I'm not sure if it's something we're going to see, but there was a moment where it looked like there might have been a leak inside your car. What was going on in that moment?
I don't think that was us.
I don't know.
Or we didn't notice it.
You did it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
You
no,
did it. Okay,
no.
that's just for us to notice.
Yeah.
So a couple of things that we watched today, there were two moments that were we found sort of striking. In one moment, you guys sort of realized you had gone the polar opposite. I think you said that we were in the polar opposite wrong direction. Turned
Yes.
around, it went back.
Yes.
And then another moment, y'all went for a black X. I think it was in the 20s somewhere, and just nailed it. And it was just, the slightest fist bump, right? And in neither moment did either of you get too low or too high. It was just, you said, should we turn around? And you said, yes, please. And then, nailing a black diamond checkpoint, not easy, just the slightest fist pump. How important is it as a team to ride the middle like that, emotionally?
I like to keep it in the middle, right? It's because there's so many highs and lows, and if you go with it, it's just a huge roller coaster ride. So I'm a middle of the road type person. I think it just we balance each other out.
Yeah, because I'm more of the roller coaster.
Oh gosh.
Are you?
I
It didn't show during
Good.
the.
That's
during
actually
the NPR.
Rebelle Growth 2025 is what we had going since last year. So that proves it worked.
Yeah.
So is that your mantra for this year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Rebelle
Yes.
Growth 2025.
Yes.
What for each of you was the thing you wanted most to work on about yourself?
That was actually it, just to let it go, to just ride that middle and not get too emotional with the highs and lows. So that was my biggest thing.
Yeah, what
Because
about
that
you,
was
Jo-
annoying
Jo-
her last year, right?
For me was I don't know what it was really. I mean, it was maybe not boss you around.
As a navigator,
As
you're
a
kinda
navigator, I
supposed
kind of,
to,
that's
so.
my job. So, no, for me, it was more on developing the skills and growing in that area so that I could be a better, navigator for her and eliminate that side of the frustration, right? Or not give her as many of those highs and lows.
Yeah, you gotta give her a
Mostly
reason
highs.
to ride the
Yeah,
roller
yeah,
coaster.
yeah, yeah.
It's a really good.
Yeah.
It's a really good point. So today, once you got out of the west and you were in the east side of the course, the checkpoints were out of order,
Yeah.
right? You had all these
Yes.
black diamond checkpoints. You had X options,
Yeah.
but you could choose in any way to get them. What was the biggest challenge of that side of the course today?
Yeah, I think it was. We probably should have strategized a little bit more on the front end, just from a time perspective, with how much we ate up front, because we went for the farthest away, right? And there was potentially some that we could have, rounded sooner and gotten more points that way. So I think it was a matter of that. But outside of that, I think we were working pretty well together, and it was just a matter of we were running out of time to hit what we wanted to hit. So
The enduro really ate up a lot of
that ate
time.
a lot.
We
Yeah.
we goofed up the enduro.
Yep.
And
Matthew and I goofed up the enduro yesterday, so
Thank you for that.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. We had Chrissy score us, and we did well for 3 checkpoints, and then she put in giant letters at the bottom on the last checkpoint. Got lost.
Got lost.
We did not make it to the end of the enduro, so I know the feeling.
Yeah.
It feels like the kind of day where it was a big learning day. You almost wish that you could have the same type of day all over again tomorrow. What was the biggest thing, like the biggest takeaway that you learned today?
is keep going, because even though we missed a big chunk in the morning, right? We never gave up and we kept on going, and we challenged ourselves because we kept doing the road book for the black diamonds.
The X, yeah.
Yeah, the X route, and we even did the X route. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw, especially in the 20s, you all went for quite a few
Yeah.
of those
Yes.
X checkpoints and got quite a few.
Yeah.
What does it feel when you give the fist pump? When you come back in, you measure and you say we were off by 8 meters.
I know.
How does that feel?
To me, that's
a
like
high.
it's so cool. It's just a sense of pride, right? Like,
Yeah.
yes, we got there.
Yep.
Because we compare a lot to last year, and
Yeah.
last year we'd still be out there lost somewhere.
Yep. Yep, pretty much.
And look, you're already back in time to do an interview on the
That's
live
right.
show. Well, ladies, thank you so much for taking the time
Thank
to do
you.
this. Let's hear from some more of your competitors out in the finish. Katie, who do you have?
And Rochelle Croft and Taylor Pauly here. Their numbers being cleaned quickly so that we know who they are. A lot of their names are covered up, and rookies that I don't know, I can't see their names. It's carnage. And I've been wondering all day how the navigators have been doing. Like, wet maps just really bother me. Tell me how it was.
It was pretty funny. I got out to take a heading and it was pouring rain and I was in my helmet and I got back in. I had my map in my lap and I went like this and water just poured off my helmet onto the map and I was like, oh my God, I need a rag. I gotta wipe this off. And then I had to wipe the top of the helmet and make sure I kept my head like normal, like flat.
I kept wiping her head like a.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then what was it like being in the car with Rochelle, who I've been saying everyone's like a 12-year-old today playing in the mud? How was it being a passenger with her playing in the mud?
She literally would giggle every time she would go through a puddle and the mud would splash up on the windshield. And the first few times I giggled too, and then I was like, is it really still funny? It was so funny. It was fun though. It was a lot of fun.
It's going to be funny forever. I'll see you guys inside for dinner. Thank you very much. Now let's have a quick chat here to Danielle Noonan. Hey, one word to describe today.
Bullshit.
Oh, we're live. Oh my God. Okay, I won't ask that question again. You're from Mississippi. Is there a difference between the mud in Mississippi and here?
In Mississippi, it's orange clay and it's nasty.
Walk,
Nasty.
drive, and I'll walk.
Yeah.
So it's orange and nasty, and this isn't nasty mud?
It's pretty nasty.
It's not as sticky, like it's slimy, nasty,
and
gross.
It's very chunky.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of different kinds of mud we encountered today.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to let you go now because I'm being dragged through the mud and I've avoided it all day long. Thank you very much. Now we've got Patty Upton. Look at the mud. I can't. What's your team number? I can't even read. On the back of you, 114. Jump in, Patty, and we'll have a chat.
Oh, well, I was just getting out to get out of here.
Oh, no, stay out, stay out. I'll go around and talk to your driver. Hold on a second. Sorry, Kramer. Okay, Connie. It's been a day. I've had one. I'm worried about all of your tents. There was a river running through them earlier. Tell me the highlight of your day.
Well, we had to have mechanical called, but mechanical was already at the bottom of the hill, so we didn't have to wait for them, so that was nice. So.
Why did you need them? Everyone's giggling.
Because yesterday, when I pulled off the road to strap something down, I didn't pay attention when I pulled on the road, and we had a rock roll underneath, and I bent our steering dampener, and they removed it for me today.
And so you're back on the road, and or do you have to go to mechanics now?
It was getting steering back.
Yes, the highlight was getting steering back because I didn't let Patty know, but when we did the failed hill climb, I didn't fully have steering when we were backing down off the hill.
I love it when the highlight of the day is that we got steering back. I'm just going to leave it right there. I just spoke to another woman that said she came down Dove Springs and didn't think she had any brakes, but it was such a slip and slide. I'm going to send it back to Matthew and Alyssa, and we can talk driving technique in the mud.
Yeah, thanks, Katie. Yeah, sometimes the mud is like snow. When the sensation of what the tires are doing goes away, and then the response of the brakes not working goes away, you tend to panic and steer more and brake more, when what you need to do is just look for a safe place to aim, because you're not stopping anytime soon.
Fortunately, there's no trees on out on the west side of this course today. Yeah, well, as we're looking at the competitors here, sitting in line at the finish line, waiting to click their trackers, let's take a look at the Rebelle giveaway. If you haven't gone online to sign up for the Ultimate Rebelle giveaway, you have a chance to win $4,500 in Rebelle and gear from our presenting sponsors. You've got chairs and blankets from Yeti, Total Chaos accessories, set of Pirelli tires, Baja Designs lights, more than $4,500 in giveaways. So make sure you take the time. You have until Sunday, the 19th, to sign up for a chance to win. Matthew, have you signed up yet?
I haven't. I told you, I don't think I can, but I think it's clever that you did. So I hope you win something.
I've reminded everyone in my family to remember to line up. Well, there you go. As we take a look at what I think is about to be dinner here at Base Camp 2. Stick right there. I'll be right back after this short break.
The Rebelle Rally is the longest competitive off-road navigation rally in the U.S. It is remote, unique, and extremely challenging. When we launched the Rebelle, we needed a robust, multi-function tracking system to serve as the backbone for course and safety operations. Unique to the Rebelle, it also has to interface directly with our real-time scoring system. The tracker must be reliable, durable, and never fail, combined with superior customer support. We chose Iridium-based YB tracking. It's the best product and the most experienced people. YB tracking has been a critical component of our safety and success since day one.
Pavement is optional. Total Chaos equipment is built for travel. Introducing our newest project vehicle, Seabiscuit, a Lexus GX 460. It combines luxury interior with performance off-road components. It's outfitted with our newest suspension package, designed specifically for Katy SS models. Explore more.
Welcome back to Rebelle Rally Live, presented by Toyota. This is day 5, presented by Stryten Energy.
Speaking of Stryten Energy, I have a few things I could say about them. They are constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible to find new ways of solving the world's most pressing energy challenges. Their batteries and energy storage solutions are proudly built right here in the USA. They're enhanced flooded batteries, they're lithium and vanadium batteries for all types of industrial applications. Also, right down to the batteries powering a lot of the vehicles right in front of you here at the Rebelle Rally.
All right, so as you can see, we are starting to dry out. Believe it or not, that looks like a pretty dry base camp compared to what we were seeing earlier today. I walked into the competitors' tent maybe about an hour and a half ago, and it was a full-on river.
Still wet.
Through there. So it's starting to
It
dry
looks like
out.
what the ground looks like in front of you inside our tent where we'll eat tonight. Hey, you see those clouds in the background?
Yes, I sure
I think they're leaning over because they're getting blown out of here, and we're going to get some peek at a sunset here before we're out of here. Fingers crossed.
That would be very nice. So on this muddy finish line day, Matthew and I are determined to keep our third teammate out in the mud for the rest of this show. So Katy, who are you with? Who are you with now? Who have you convinced to talk to you?
I have finally got the opportunity to talk to Lynn Woodward and Renee Vento, Team 101, because we have been needing to do a fit check every day. They've got matching outfits. And look at this, fit check. Tell me what you're wearing, ladies.
Well, today we are sponsored in the by Pennzoil, thank you. In the brown, it might be called Java from Viore jogger suit.
Viore, lovely.
It's very
soft and very cozy on a cold day in the mud.
perfect for a rally day in the rain.
And the mud matches the color of the brown.
Did you plan this? Did you know this?
A little bit. We had a little bit of forethought.
We kind of knew, like it was just going to be like mud central out there.
And then we topped it off with this here very versatile flannel. As you can see, without knowing the color of the vest just this year, we picked this flannel because it's organic tones and Rebelle blue.
And it matches both of your beautiful blue eyes. Now let's talk a little bit about this morning's navigation challenges, because out of the RV I was seeing a lot of low vis.
There was low vis, but everything worked out in the morning for us.
Because you're a great navigator, you didn't need to see, right?
Well, bless your heart, but the end of the day was a little bit different than the start.
Why?
Just because, you know, the end of the day is not the beginning of the day.
First of all, we would like to say that this is probably more like 2 days in one. 2 whole days. Do you see this? Get a load. If you haven't looked at this already, this is a lot. Plus there was 4 enduros, 1 on time, 1 that was probably Jimmy Lewis designed, which means it was extra weird and complicated, and then 2 others that were just, that kind of made no sense at the end. So
if it makes you feel better, Jimmy Lewis got stuck in the mud today.
that does make me feel better.
That's not funny.
He actually was at the base of a very steep incline, making sure that he saw all of us sliding, literally sliding down it in a safe manner.
It was a great angle too. It was a controlled slide. There was some really fun driving, although she's probably exhausted. I owe her a massage.
I'm so tired. I beat the absolute hell out of this truck. So Scott Brown, I'm gonna say this to you. This thing is badass. Oh my gosh, children are watching this. Yeah, we pounded this thing today.
Okay, well, I'm so glad I got to finally see your fit check, have a chat. You had an awesome day, clearly. Oh, and shout out to Mom and Dad.
Hi, Mom. I'm fine. Hi, Dad. I love you. Mwah.
Anyone at home?
I love you guys. Thanks, Pennzoil and Jeep.
Thank you, Pennzoil and Jeep and Scott Brown. Okay, ladies, we'll see you inside at dinner. Okay, we're going to talk to Shannon Adams. Oh, okay, I'm just trying to keep us both out of the mud here. Hey, Shannon, how's the mud in Georgia?
Mud in Georgia's a lot different than this.
Is this better or worse?
This is much better. You can stick on this. You don't slide around really.
What are you ruffling for in the back of your vehicle? Are you on a time crunch?
Yeah, that and just no, we've already clocked back in. I'm just organizing and getting it back together.
Well, I'm not going to get in the way of a woman organizing. Thank you, Shannon. Now let's come around this way. I'm going to try and make a nice path for you so that we both, and they're going to drive away. Don't drive away. Kristen Beggs, how are you? And Amanda Walden, please tell me, how was your mud day?
Against all odds, we are in great spirits. It's been a doozy.
Everyone is. It's fantastic.
It's been wild, but yeah, we're still, like I said, still grinning like idiots. So here we are.
We managed to get our second flat today.
So you managed to get your second flat today? Yeah. How did that happen?
We had some rash maybe from the previous flat that we also picked up earlier in the week, and it just showed its ugly head here at the end of the day.
Was it in the middle of the torrential rain?
No, thank God. Thank you. It could have been so much worse.
Silver linings. We're all here to find the silver linings.
Yeah, that's right.
We're really fast at changing tires now.
We are getting NASCAR levels of speed going on our tire changes.
Okay, fantastic. I'm going to let you pull forward. Thank you very much. Now we've got some special guests on set with Matthew. Let's see what he's got.
Yes, we sure do. One of the fan favorites and most interesting teams out here, always on some rampage, one direction or another. Susan Piper and Elise Young in the 128 Grenadier, sponsored by Warner Ineos.
Warner Ineos Grenadier.
How was the vehicle today in the chaos in the mud and the hills and such?
Well, Matthew, the thing that I think is amazing about the Grenadier is that we are with the world's best 4x4 vehicles in this field. And the Grenadier is just so capable. And we just know it's our strategic advantage. So people see us being able to move at pace, we'll just say at rally pace, over extremely rough terrain. And the Grenadier with the Invicta suspension that we run is so capable and moves so quickly. And it's just a beast.
I've told this story to someone else. Katy was with me last year following you and knew you were off course. And you were driving down deep into the woods, down a rock waterfall. And I'm like, I guess I'm going to follow her down there so we can see what happens when she gets stuck. And as soon as you changed your mind to go the other way, you were gone. Gone. By the time I looked around, where's Susan? Gone. And then I had to deal with me getting out of that crap I'd followed you into. And it was a lot harder for me to get out of.
I'm sorry.
It was all good, all good. So it's been really fun watching you guys on the leaderboard today, or this week. Elise, how were the checkpoints today? How do you feel like you guys did?
There were a lot of checkpoints today, so we were trying to move especially quickly. So I think the accuracy was a little bit challenging to hit today, but we did manage to go for everything on the west loop in Dove Springs.
Okay.
And we did manage to do pretty well, I think, over on this east side, considering how tight the time was. So I'm pretty happy with it.
That's great. I know that you've done some other off-roading on foot and navigating and stuff. Are you one of those navigators that just feels kind of in tune about where you are and what's what, and you could get yourself home with no tools kind of person?
Yeah, I honestly rarely use a compass or anything in the field. I'm just, the topo map in me and the world around me is all I need. And I spend a lot of time, I think I'm really comfortable with terrain association. I spend a lot of time with maps and out in the field. So, yeah, that's definitely helping me out here.
Yeah. I mean, it shows. You don't just show up to this event without some other background that brings your skills kind of together to do well here. And this is your 5th attempt at the Rebelle, correct?
That's correct.
And you guys as a team were 8th last year?
That's correct.
And your main mission this year was to?
Podium.
Right. And I
We've
mean,
worked all year.
your mission's working out so far. I'm stoked to be seeing that. So, Susan, your experience sailing and some of the other big adventure stuff you've been on, do you feel like that prepared you in a way to be able to know how to compete here?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been a moment since I completed an ocean yacht race, which is the Transpac, which people on the West Coast will probably know. But I've always been the person who's put together the campaign. and kind of been the boat, or in this case, the vehicle manager, and really made sure that the whole program comes together in terms of, this isn't just a navigation competition and a driving competition. This is a camping competition, an endurance competition,
Sure.
and a partnership competition.
Mhm.
So those last three, I think I've really spent like equal vectors of time on just really thinking about how we run our program.
Gotcha. Makes sense to me. And somehow, in your experience and time, you've figured out in your adventures in Wall Street, your adventures making your own business and stuff, you've got 4 kids you've raised as well.
Well, it's been a lot of years, a lot of miles.
Well,
you can sleep when you're dead.
I just think it's a good point. There's all kinds of people at home with excuses for why they're not here doing the Rebelle. Here's 2 great examples of women that have used all of their life skills and put them all in one pile here, and they are headed towards the podium. Susan Piper and Elise Young, it's been cool to hang out with you guys. I wish you luck. Hope that Warner Ineos Grenadier keeps clawing up the miles and getting you to where you want to be.
We're so grateful for Warner's sponsorship. It's amazing. It's
Yeah.
been the whole team, Tony, Todd, and everyone at the dealership. And all of our other sponsors, including Invictus, like I mentioned, with suspension, have just really lifted us up. So thank you, everyone. And keep watching.
Awesome.
We'll keep putting out the work.
Yeah, you keep doing the work. We'll keep watching. All right, and on that, we'll go and check in with Katy and see what she's up to now.
Hey guys, I'm here with Team 149, Kerry Porter, who hasn't been back for some years, and her rookie navigator, Heather Lindvall. How was your rookie experience in the mud today as a navigator?
It was rough, but it was okay.
What was the visibility like in terms of challenge for you?
Hard to see where we were going a lot of times looking out because you had a lot of hills and stuff.
Now you've got, Kerry, we've got to walk, oh no, that's Maria. She's the start chief. I can't mess with her. Hey, you've got something to show us. What have you got? This says...
gave us cards every day to open, and today was joy.
It's ironic.
Yeah, and we didn't have time this morning to open it, so we opened it when we got here. So it's a don't forget to smile. So after our
So it says, joy, don't forget to smile. This rally is as much about joy as it is about checkpoints. Let's have fun. Perfect. So, and your friend Sarah, is she a mutual friend?
Yes, she is.
Well, hi, Sarah. They're doing great. They're covered in mud. I can't even read a rookie's name on the side of the car. I had to look it up.
Thank you for looking it up.
Awesome. Well, I'll let you guys go because there's no one in front of you, and I'm holding everyone up as usual. Now, we've got Bernard here. And we've got Jen Lee. We're always talking to Maria. Oh, I'm getting yelled at. Can we walk and talk?
Oh, hi.
I always talk to you, but I want to find out what it's like to be in a vehicle with someone who knows their vehicle so well.
Safe. It feels so good because I trust her driving. And she's like, I got it. I'm like, okay. Especially when we were going up these hills today. Bernard did so great because of Marie's driving. So, A+.
A plus. I'll let you guys go. That's a perfect end. A plus. That's all you can ask for. Now, we talked to these ladies this morning, so we're going to skip you, no offence. And we're going to go talk to these two because we've got Emmy Hall and Rebecca Donaghy next to each other. They used to compete together, but now Emmy is competing with Kendra Miller. And I just can't wait to hear how this day went for you two.
Have you seen us on the trackers?
I haven't been looking at the trackers. Why don't you tell me what I would have been looking at?
Oh, you know, I mean, it was a great time. We took a little jaunt.
Did you go off piste?
Oh yeah, just here and there.
We never went off piste. We just were late. We were always on the right piece. Like there was never a moment where I was like, "Oh, we're totally lost." Well, maybe that one little time, but only for a few seconds. Yeah, the rest of the time we were like we knew where we were. We just timed out.
Yeah, it was just really slow going out there with all the rain and stuff and the water and the washouts, and so then it just as fast as we could go, we just sort of couldn't go fast enough to stay on pace. So
All right.
We needed to cut some points out, and we didn't. We were two. We
Okay.
just wanted them all.
All right. Don't be greedy, Emmy. You know where that gets you. I'll let you go now. Let's go and have a chat. Actually, we're going to get them to move up. Does that tyre look low? That tyre looks quite low, doesn't it? Look at that tyre right there. Is that me, or does that look quite... Does she know she... I don't think she knows it. Don't tell her. No, we're not allowed to tell her. Okay. Rebecca and Rebecca. Why is everyone just laughing at me tonight? Well, it's funny that you pull in behind Emmy. So let's compare. How was your day navigating today as a rookie, first of all?
Tough terrain, but I found some roads less traveled, and we made it there.
That's the name of the game.
We may have not made it on time, but we made it.
No, we were a disaster for time all day, but we decided we're just going to go for checkpoints anyway and just give it a go. And we went some crazy places, minefields of rocks. Yep. Made it through, no flat tires, and we put the car to the test for sure. But we had a lot of fun first half of the day, I would say. Yep. I mean, second half of the day was fun too. It was just a disaster. I think it was called force manure.
Forced manure. And we're looking at in front of you right now. It looks like Emmy's got a flat tire. So it's been a day for everyone, and you're not the first people that have been talking about time. Time has been a struggle for everyone in the mud today. Okay, I'm going to let you go and send you back to Matthew and Alyssa.
Wow. Yeah.
In all ways, time always wins.
Yeah, it does.
In all the ways. Look, we see Sabrina Howells walking by. I know that she said they had a really great day today. And so we'll be back with more from day 3 of the 2025 Rebelle Rally after this quick break.
With each sunrise, in towns all across our country, we rise to meet the day. We know there's work to be done, and whether your day starts on the floor, over the road, or even off the grid, there's a good chance it starts with a battery from Stryten Energy. We make the products that keep America working. At Stryten, we're committed to delivering American jobs, building stronger communities, and keeping our domestic supply chain humming. From powering our military on land and at sea, to providing critical backup power when it's needed most. Our batteries and energy storage systems keep our country moving. But then putting America first has always been second nature to us. So push go, flip the switch, turn the key. America starts with Stryten.
Adventure starts with a detour.
Welcome back to the finish of day 5 here at the 2025 Rebelle Rally. And as we've been saying all along, on this 10th anniversary, we had 2 things we've never had on the rally before. We opened the show and we at the start line under a double rainbow, and we are closing the show after a massive rainstorm. One of those things I would love to see every single day here at the Rebelle, but it seems like can't have one without the other.
Yeah, one comes with the other for sure. You know, earlier we teased getting in touch with us via social, and I had a social question come across about a Mazda CX-5. Would that be a good vehicle for the Rebelle? And my question to you is that car sitting in your driveway? Then yes, it would be the one for the Rebelle. Obviously, the CX-5 just out of the box is a pretty good format vehicle. If it's an all-wheel drive one and you put some all-terrain tires on it and maybe a small lift like you mentioned, yeah, that could be a great fit. You just got to look where you put your tires. There's all kinds of X-Cross cars with about that amount of ground clearance.
And if you have more questions for us, we'd love to answer them. Hit us up on any of the socials at Rebelle Rally. And remember, that's Rebelle. All right, let's send it back to Katy in the finish. We have our final competitors crossing the finish line now. Katy, who do you have?
Well, she's just driven forward, and now I'm in the mud. I have Jill McAdoo, and these are rookies who are crushing it this year. Your Navies just walked away, but please do tell how today went. You guys are doing really, really well for rookies.
It was great. I mean, we had fun, you know, just trying to remember what it's, you know, why we're here to play in the dirt.
Now, how does it compare? I mean, obviously, being rookies, the first 2 days was a lot of learning. Like, did you get into a groove today?
Yeah, sure. A slower part of the groove.
Okay, well, that's humble for you because you guys are doing really, really well. Yeah. Congratulations. We'll see you inside. Okay. We're going to come around this way because that's just a little bit too muddy. There we go. That's way more our style. Sabrina, how are you?
Oh, exhausted.
Exhausted? Have you pulled out your guitar yet?
No, we haven't had a chance. This has been nonstop.
Can we find it now?
I mean, no, I can't do it tonight. It's been a day. We're going to have to try to get it out on the marathon if you know.
Pick a song that describes today then.
Total eclipse of the heart.
I'll leave you there. Yeah. She's exhausted. See you inside. We're having Korean bowls with lots of sauces.
So good. I just got water in there.
Lots of sauces. We've actually got a bashan sauce today, a whole selection of them, and they've been given to us. And they're actually, I think Alyssa might have some in there. I think I'm forgetting the name. Do you know the name for Japanese grandma? It's
I don't know. Don't put me on the spot for Japanese grandma.
I'll get back to me on that one. Anyway, sorry, we're talking about sauces. Let's talk about your day driving in the sauce.
Oh, today was a little rough. We did pretty good in the morning. The enduro, we took one wrong turn and it threw off our enduro for the rest of the day. And then we did good when we were in like the open area. We got a few checkpoints. And then the time to get over to the west side took longer than expected. So we had to just go to the next green and then do the enduro. And we did good on the enduro, I think, the on-route enduro. So.
And we took the hard
nice.
Yeah, we took the hard one.
We took the hard pass today with as far as driving went. So we took the challenging route and saw what the Lexus could do.
And how did the third teammate do?
Really good, yeah. You like made it up that hill like really, really well.
Yeah,
and
she made it up the hill.
Yeah, no, it was good.
I'm seeing a lot of teams proud of their navies and their drivers tonight. Thank you so much, ladies. Now, before I send you back to Matthew and Alyssa, this sauce is bashan sauce, and it was created by the founder's grandmother, and he used to eat dinner with her so many nights. It was a family affair, and the reason Emily is so stoked to have them here with us as a partner is because we return home after a horrible muddy day driving. It's freezing and we all go sit down and break bread together, and that's so much part of the Rebelle. Back to you, Alyssa and Matthew.
Thanks, Katy. I'll be honest, anyone who knows me knows my refrigerator is 90% sauces. My best friend calls me the sauce boss. So I'm really excited about the dinner tonight, Katy. So thank you for that in-depth report about the sauces we will be experiencing.
Yeah, I liked
later
the
at dinner.
little sneaky preview I did myself earlier during lunch. It was awesome. Looking forward to dinner tonight for sure.
All right. So as we said, today has been a really full day here at the Rebelle Rally, not just for the competitors, for us here at Rebelle Rally Live presented by Toyota. We had 3 shows today, including that really, really cool competition update with our competition director, Chrissy Beavis. Tomorrow, this is our last night here at Base Camp 2. We're going to be transitioning to Base Camp 3, so you see there tomorrow on Wednesday. We do our morning show from the start, and then we are going to be transiting down to Base Camp 3 along with everyone else. So we're not going to be bringing you a PM show tomorrow, but then Thursday we are back making up for it with 3 shows on the second to last day of this Rebelle Rally. It's hard to believe we are now moving into the back half of competition. And then our final day of competition, our start and finish line shows on Friday, and then Saturday, we're just going to celebrate all that's happened over the past 2 weeks.
That's right. We love bringing you the news, but you have the tools at home. You can watch a little dot around on the map. You can watch the scoring. You can keep up yourself and interact with us still at Rebelle Rally in the socials.
So thank you all for spending now 8 days, I believe, with us here at the Rebelle Rally. This is day 5 of competition. And, you know, as we keep saying, this day started off, it was a pretty scary day, but then that double rainbow really, I think, changed everyone's perspective on the day. It's been really fun to see everyone coming in with sort of new, renewed attitudes. And, yeah, so we will see you later. We will see you tomorrow morning for the next show. And we're going to leave you with something we do here every day at the end of the day. We call it the confession cam. We get the teammates into the booth here where Matthew and I are standing. We ask them to talk about their days and maybe talk about their teammates a little bit. So as we leave you from day 5 of Rebelle Rally Live presented by Toyota, we leave you with some confessions from the competitors here at Base Camp 2.
When the going gets tough, what do you say to your teammate? It's gonna be great. It's no big deal. We're moving on to the next one. It's not that big of a deal. We got plenty of points to get, and we just keep going.
And I say, this sucks, and I don't like it, and it's not perfect, and I missed it, and I should have done something else.
But what do you say when I do something wrong?
Oh, when do you do something wrong?
To encourage me.
I just encourage you all the time. You're doing great. Good job.
I need to feel felt.
I don't think you're feeling how I'm feeling, which is really frustrating.
We just say, we got this, let's go. Yep. It's really, really simple. We got this, let's go.
If you're not first, you're last.
No, she just makes me get out of the car and take a deep breath.
lot of breath work. A lot of breath work here.
Our saying is send it and send it over obstacles, send it to get going, anything like that. We'll just tell each other to just send it to keep moving and keep rolling on. Just send it. Just go.
Send it. Let's go. Rally on, right? Right, yeah.
And when the going gets tough, I laugh at the most inappropriate time.
Yes, probably don't take Avis to a funeral. It makes us both feel better, and it helps.
There you go.
Yeah.
When the going gets tough with my teammate, I start singing Pink Pony Club.
Elena, I've got some chocolate chip cookies for you. Do you need a motivation boost?
Yeah, I think food is our thing. I was thinking about the chocolate-covered, raspberries.
Oh, yeah. We need to pull those out the next time something bad happens. When we bought them in the grocery store, I said to Elena, get them out if it gets tough.